Good afternoon. I want to thank Paula Hodges and the Coalition for helping to bring us all together today. As Senator Perry noted, I am Vanessa Volz. I'm the Executive Director of Sojourner House. Sojourner House is one of 6 member agencies that's part of the Rhode Island Statewide Coalition against domestic violence. We have an office here in Providence, and we also do work in northern Rhode Island. We provide critical services to victims and survivors of domestic violence, including emergency housing, transitional housing, advocacy, counseling, and prevention around dating violence and HIV transmission. And the work that we do, as Senator Perry indicated, is very critical, and that was really brought to the forefront at the beginning of this year. You may have heard that a woman in Woonsocket was brutally assaulted and then murdered by her abuser. She was a 24-year-old woman. She had a 2-year-old son. She was the first domestic violence homicide here in the state of Rhode Island in 2014. I don't mean to be morbid, she won't be the last this year. This is a real issue that continues to affect a lot of people in the state of Rhode Island and throughout the country. In Rhode Island alone, 1 out of 4 women will be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime. Rates that we have demonstrate that comparable numbers of same-sex couples will experience violence, and so it's critical that we provide not only direct services, but prevention to help educate individuals and families about healthy relationships. And so when we think about domestic violence, a lot of times we think about physical abuse and we think about verbal abuse, and those certainly are main characteristics of an abusive relationship. But in the work that we do at Sojourner House, we often see emotional abuse, and we see financial abuse, and we see a lot of clients who are coerced into sexual assaults, or not able to use birth control when they want to, or forced to have sex when they don't want to. And that's where we really see the intersection of reproductive justice and domestic violence. And that's why Sojourner House and other domestic violence agencies have really taken on the issue of comprehensive sex education and education about healthy dating relationships for teens to be an important element in our schools. And when you look at Rhode Island, we do have certain standards on sex education. Unfortunately, we don't have any funding at the statewide level to provide education on sex ed or healthy dating relationships to middle and high school students, and it's a critical need. And a lot of the work that Sojourner House does is to try to provide that education, but we're doing it with private donations, we're doing it with some federal funds, but we don't have Rhode Island state funds. So that's an issue that